Hello? Wagento, this is Brent. I'm good. How are you? I may or may not. I'm supposed to be practicing a webinar pretty soon here, but yeah, until somebody joins, I can talk. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? No, I don't hear anybody yet. Let me turn up my speakers. I bet you're muted. Okay, let me see this. Audio options. Okay. Normally I could see all the attendees, but I don't see everybody for some reason. You can see my screen? Okay. I don't know why. Let's see. Here we go. All right, so I've unmuted everybody. Everybody should be able to say something now. Hmm. Oh, I see. Hello.
Okay.
I hear you. Yep.
You've been able to work something out, I guess.
Yep. I can see that I can put people as panelists.
Okay. So earlier I was not a panelist. I was one of the attendees, I guess. So that's why I remained muted even though you unmuted me. Okay, we have Mayor.
For now, I unmuted everybody just to see how this works. I think
I'm not sure if my volume's working still.
we can hear you.
Okay, thanks.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Oh.
And can you see the PowerPoint screen now?
Yeah, we can see the PowerPoint screen. Do you want to go down to the next slide? I just want to make sure you have the right version because the next slide has Laura's notes on it. She
Yeah,
was
why
very
don't I-
particular. She wanted to see the notes there.
Why don't I see who's going to start the presentation?
So I think Vanishka from my team is going to be doing the introduction. She's trying to log on. She's not been able to log in. I don't know why. She will just kick off, warm up the introduction, and pass on the mic to Laura for slide number 2.
Okay, let me see.
So it will be either me or Vanishka from my team. Either of us will just start the introduction, and we'll pass on the mic to Laura.
Okay, so Vanish
Yeah, that's the one. She's the one. Yeah.
is now the host.
Okay, great. Vanishka, are you there?
Hi, yes. Working now. I don't know why Zoom's not working for me today.
Okay, cool. But we can hear you. So I think from the purpose of getting the order in and sequence in place for the actual webinar, the way we'll work is you will be the host for the night, for the day, for the US time zone. You will introduce all the panelists and then pass on the mic to Laura to start with slide number 2. Once Laura's section is over, she will pass on the mic to Umair, and Umair will pass on to Brent subsequently.
So is there anything specific that you did want me to introduce everybody as, or what we have on the decks?
Yeah, you could just go by what is there on the deck. If Laura or Brent or Umair want to add anything, please, this is the time to do it. If you want to add anything more to the introduction. And of course, you can talk about the topic and just share a couple of lines on the topic itself, and then we're good to go. And the usual stuff, welcome to the webinar, nice to have you, blah, blah.
Okay, got it.
So Vanishka, can you share your screen out so we can see how it looks?
I'll need to open the press. Could you just send me the link for the Google Slides as well? Otherwise, I'll have to go back, the documents and then find them again.
I just have the PowerPoint. I don't have the Google Slides.
So I think, Brent, a suggestion, I don't know if that's feasible. How about you retain the hosting of the screen? Is that possible? And we just pass the mic, we just pass the speaking. So we don't go around sharing the same content through each of us.
Okay, yeah, I guess I think that will work. I think I can probably give.
So before Vanishka started speaking,
Yeah.
you had your slide on. Yeah.
Okay, so now you can see my screen, and we want to just see how this works.
Okay.
Okay, that seems to work. So you can see my screen now.
Yeah.
Now I can, yes.
Then I want.
Marks.
So then you need control of it, Vanish. Is it Vanishka?
You can call me Vani.
Vani, okay, thank you.
So I'll actually need control of it. Yes.
Yeah, okay, so I just need to figure out how to give you control without.
So you just click options up at the top, whoever's taking control, and then just click options, request remote control.
Oh yeah, okay, great. So
I think she would need to do that on her end.
Okay. Yeah. Did I do that or did somebody else? Oh, there we go. Give mouse controls to, I don't have.
No, so she would need to do that. So up at the top, there's an options, and you can request remote control from there.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So do you see that, Nina? There should be
Okay.
There's a little button that says remote control.
Yeah.
I can give it to 3 people. I don't know why I can't give it to.
Is she a presenter, maybe?
Let me see here. Oh, she dropped off.
Yeah, she had a bad connection.
That's probably why. Okay.
Well,
So I'm going to suggest tomorrow we get online about maybe 30 to 20 minutes in advance, just so we can make sure everybody has.
Let's do 30 just to call it safe
Yeah,
in
I
case
agree.
people log in early.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. We can log in early. So,
Maybe tomorrow it would make sense for me to go ahead and just take control out the gate. She can speak
in
so that
fact,
we're not having to.
the other related topic is we drafted out.
Laura, I just
So
gave you control now, so why don't you try it? Let me start it. So you're doing that good.
Yep. So it looks like that's good. And then, I mean, while she's doing the introductions, I can do that so we're not having to pass it off quite so many times during the presentation.
Yeah.
And then I can just go into.
Yeah, and even for myself, you know, I guess we don't have to pass it. I think I only have 2 slides, right? So you could probably keep it for yourself as well.
Well, I'll pass it to Wigzo. They have a lot of slides on their end.
Okay.
So I definitely want to make sure that they have control.
yeah, I think Sarah, once you pass it on to Umair, Umair can retain the control and help guide through the couple of slides for Brent as well.
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
So, Laura, can you pass on the?
In fact, I have a suggestion.
I can't actually pass it on. You just have to go up to the top of your screen where it says options and request remote control.
I think I can give remote to somebody. Let me see if I can give it to Umair.
Yeah, mine just says give up.
Yeah, so I just gave it to Umair.
Perfect.
Okay.
So you're the wizard behind the curtain, Brent.
No, but and how do I change the slide? Do I have control on changing the slides?
Yeah, you control now, so I think you can just use your arrow keys to change the slide.
Yeah, arrow key down.
So I have a suggestion. Let's make this easier. Laura, you can start off with the introduction. Maybe we can skip out me or Vanishka doing that. So it'll be a lot more smoother. You can just introduce the topic and the presenters, and you can kick off. And then you pass on the mic to Umair, and Umair passes on to. Umair can rotate the slide for Brent, and we would be good that way.
Okay, do we have an introduction that you guys want me to say, or are we just announcing the topic and moving right into it?
Yeah, I think that should be good enough. Just announcing the topic and introducing the speakers. I think that should do well.
Okay. And how is it Modumer? How do you pronounce your name?
Yeah, Mohammed Umair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so are we going to do a run through, or what would you guys like to do at this point? And I also, for when I'm transitioning to Wigzo, is there anything you want me to say specifically during that transition?
No, I think as soon as you reach to the point where we know that the next slide is Wigzo, as soon as you introduce, at that time I'll request control from Brent, probably on this slide, and I'll as soon as you pass it on, I'll start from from this slide. So more or less, just as I'll know when you're finishing and which slide you're on, And as soon as you do that, you introduce me and I'll take over.
Okay.
Yeah, and let's. I mean, I think everybody can do their own intros. That'll save trying to figure out what we're going to do in the beginning. So when Zero Leg can intro, Wigzo can intro, and I'll intro. You know, and let's just say go. You know, let's not worry about trying to hide how we're gonna. Let's just say go ahead and take over now, so and so, or whatever we want to do. If you want to just hand it to, just say Brent, take control now, or if you want to land on my slide and then I'll go, or however that works. I think we can make the handoff fairly simple. We don't have to make
I
it
think
really
that makes sense. Yeah.
No, that works perfect.
Yeah, so I think if we were just starting in the beginning and we don't have to go through all the details of every slide, but let's just practice the handovers. That's probably the most important part. And yeah, I mean, I think just kind of practicing the intro, the handovers, and then how we want to exit is it. And are we going to do a Q&A at the end, or what are we going to do?
Is there a way for people to actually ask questions?
There's a way, I believe, for people to raise their hands. And why don't I make Hetal, let me take over control here.
Sure. Yeah, I could be one of the attendees and see how I get the option to ask questions.
Yeah. All right, so I took control, and then I'll make Hetal an attendee. If I know how to do that. I don't know how do you make you back to it? I can see that you just raised your hand.
Yeah, I was trying that option out, but
Maybe it'll be a good idea for us to just let people type the questions, and then we can read the question and answer it.
Yeah, that might be good, so we don't have a lot of broken or garbled language that may be hard for somebody to understand.
Yeah, in addition, we can select a few questions, maybe, you know, in case there's a ton of questions.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But I guess the question or on the Q&A section, we might want to say, please specify, you know, which company the question's for, since we're going to be talking about 3 different presenters potentially.
Yeah, yep, I would agree with that.
so the place to type the questions would be the chat window, or
Yes.
I guess that would be.
So I guess it might make sense for us to leave, you know, if everybody just, I don't know if you all have dual monitors or not, but to have your chat pulled up, so you can see the chats as they go.
Brent, should I just log out and log back in? I might be logged in as a participant the next time around. Does that work?
Yeah, why don't you try that? I don't see how to get somebody back from an attendee from a panelist.
Okay, let me try that out.
Yes, so I think there is a chat, and I can send it to all panelists and attendees. Maybe because am I?
You're a panelist.
Oh,
Mohammed.
okay.
Yeah, I made everybody a panelist. When you come in by default, you're an attendee.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, see, we have one attendee now. Hetel, good. Okay, so Hetel, let's see. I'm just chatting on him on Skype and on Zoom to see if he can see my chat. I can see him. Oh, I can see he raised his hand. Okay, let's see what that means. Okay, I don't know what to do. So he raised his hand. All panelists as attendees. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, so I got it. So when Hetel asks a question, we have a choice of letting him answer live. So Hetel, I just responded for one. Oh, I see. So you can ask a question. It'll show up in my the Q&A box. Does everybody have a Q&A screen that is a panelist? There's a little box that says Q&A.
I have it.
You click on that, you'll see that the questions will come in there and you can answer them just live or we can type them in.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, I see it now. So the chat's internal and the Q&A is, gotcha.
Hetel, can you confirm you can hear us?
Hetal, I think you're muted because
he's an attendee. He will be muted by default.
Yeah.
But he should be able to ask a question again. Oh, I see there's more questions. Ah, yes, okay. Gotcha, but this is common. Okay, yeah, so he hears us. He can ask questions. We can type in the answers. Yeah, so we'll have to have the QA panel open. Yeah, so Muhammad, you prefer to be called Muhammad or Umair?
Umair.
Umair, okay. So Umair just answered somebody.
So there are two options I can see. One is answer live, which is basically basically means that I'm answering live and I don't need to actually type it.
Yeah.
And answer by text, so I can say yes.
Yeah. So Hetel, so I would suggest that whoever is going to field the questions that they can ask. So somebody should reiterate the question. Yep. So somebody should be the moderator, and maybe Laura would be the moderator, or you, Umair, somebody should be, and then repeat. We ask the question that we want, and if it's inappropriate, let's not repeat it. And then you would just say, this question is towards Hetel or Brent or Laura or Rohit or whoever, and then I would say we would just answer the question live.
Yep. So I think initially when we start the webinar, what I generally do is I always tell all the attendees that, you have a question answer box, keep asking questions and we'll take it up as we end the webinar. So we always keep like 10 minutes for question answers. And then the question, and we also tell people that while you're asking questions, ask which panelist are you asking from. So is there a specific panelist you're asking the question from? Once they say that, yeah, okay, my question to Laura is, or my question to Brent is, or my question to Umair is XYZ. and that basically builds up. That basically. So once whoever is ending the webinar, just open the question answer, and we can go it one by one. Everyone can open it, and we can go it from serial wise, and we can keep on answering them as we go about.
Okay, so Hatel just asked, good point. There may be a buffer time at the end. It's easy to keep the speaker time to 40 minutes. So I answered that one. Solid time of 20 minutes for QA.
For my experience on webinars, there might only be a handful of questions typically.
Yeah, so there won't be too much, but we did a webinar today, and there was specifically like 2 people who had about 15 questions each. So so let's just keep maybe at least 10 minutes so we can quickly go through the questions.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously ending the webinar with our contact information. So we should probably put a final slide on here that is Q&A, and for additional questions, please reach out and have all 3 of our contact information on the last slide.
Yeah.
So that's up and everybody can jot it down or whatever. And are we going to be sending a follow-up email with the deck out to people, or what are our plans with that at the end of the webinar? Because we should at least send a follow-up with, again, contact information and next steps.
Sure. Yeah, I think we can do that, and we can also, while in the chat box, we can write our email addresses and send it to all panelists.
Okay. So that's perfect. Okay, then should we do a quick run through in sake of time? I know it looks like we're coming up at the end of our time here.
Yeah, I think no, we're pretty sorted. I think everyone is doing their own slides, so it should be good to go. I just wanted to see how if the system is working properly, and iron out all the glitches. I think which we did, and yeah, I think it's just who is starting the webinar, and then everyone does their, as soon as the slide comes, everyone does their intros. But at the start of the webinar, we can just say hi, or somebody can say hi. We're glad everyone is here. Also, I think you should give, as soon as we should start the webinar on time, but I think we should give like 5 minutes buffer and then start the presentation 5 minutes so that everyone has joined and everything.
Okay, no problem. So Brent, I sent over an updated deck with just a couple of changes. I wasn't sure who was supposed to be making the changes, but since the deck is on you on the presenter's end, would you be able to make those updates? And would you like me to go ahead and send over a QA slide as well?
Yeah, I mean, whatever last deck I got is the one that I was playing. If you have
okay,
go ahead and send it to me again, and I'll make sure that we use that one.
I'll add the new slide with the QA on here. And I believe I have everybody's email addresses and phone numbers inside of an email, but if not, I'll just request those individually so we have that for the deck on the QA slide.
Okay, excellent. And then we'll meet a half an hour in advance.
Yep.
Sounds good. So we'll just log in like we did today, and you have us as panelists, so we'll just be able to.
Yeah, we'll all be able to do whatever we're talking.
Okay, sounds good. Oh, Heedle wants us to log out and log back in.
Yeah, that's a good idea in case somebody drops out.
Okay.
I did drop off in between, and I just clicked on the link which Brent had sent earlier, and I could.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it one more time just to check. I don't know why
Sure.
I don't know why Hetel wasn't able to. I'm not able to promote him back. So I'll just research that on why I can't promote him. So who's still there?
I think I'm still there. Heathel had dropped off, and I think Laura.
Okay, I see Laura on my screen still for some reason. I don't know why.
I only see Rohit, Brent, and myself.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
I only see
for
you guys
participants.
as well.
Okay. So Laura's logged back in and now she's an attendee. So we can't have that. Hmm.
Why is Laura an attendee?
So so you said, who had logged, so Umair, you had logged off and then logged back in and you were still a panelist, right?
Yeah, so I'll do that now. I'll do that now again, just to see that I'm still a panelist or I become a attendee. Just hang on for a sec.
Okay.
And Brett, are there maybe two links, one for presenters and one for attendees?
I only have one, but that would be good if we had a presenter link. So let me look at Zoom really quick.
Yeah, so I'm back.
Oh yeah, so you logged back in. Can you share the link you used in the chat?
Sure, I'll do that. Just hang on for a sec.
Okay, so
Yeah, this is the one.
all right. So let me just send this to Hetal. So Hetal, I just responded to your question with the link that Umair gave me. And see, Laura's the only one there. Yeah, it's very strange that you're able to log back in, but Hetal's coming back in as a attendee. All right, I'm gonna have to call Zoom because there's showing that I can do it, but I don't see that button on my screen to change your role. Yeah, I know that we need to make Hedel and Laura panelists. So
So Laura also joined as an attendee and not as a panelist.
correct.
Okay, that's that shouldn't be the case. Maybe I have participants and Rohit is the host. That's why only Rohit can do that.
Hmm?
Oh yeah. Yeah, how did Rohit be the host?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm not sure either.
okay, here we go. I just claimed the host.
Yeah.
I got it. So now, okay. Yep. Okay, so that was a problem. Thank you. Excellent. There we go. Now everybody's in. That solves that problem. All
Wow,
right.
I wonder how that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
if you go to the that's I just saw Rohit was it was showing Rohit as host, and maybe that was the reason.
yep, but I couldn't promote anybody.
Thanks, Umair. You are my savior. I got my voice back. Rohit also not even quietly sitting being the host.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. So I think then
Rohit, we
that
don't have a meeting
solves
to
that
run
problem.
now,
How many registrations have we got so far, Rohit?
Oh, I was on
Uh,
mute. Can you guys hear me now?
Yep, we hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, we had 25 registered. And then, we had a few internal tests going in. So I think that the number's probably closer to about 17, 18.
Okay.
Should we make sure that we turn just all of the video off during the presentation so they're just seeing the slides?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Just
Yeah.
I think it's distracting seeing all of the videos off to the side. I'm not even sure if that's an option though.
Yeah, no, it is an option. On the left-hand side bottom screen.
Oh,
the
stop
web-
video. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, but then it's still, okay, I see. So there isn't an option just to get rid of that whole section though? Like it still just shows, oh, I can minimize it. Gotcha. There it is. Sorry, it's my first time using Zoom, everybody.
Yeah, no, I'm still figuring it out. I'm decently well versed with GoToWebinars. But
Yeah.
it's like a decent system. We can actually use it.
Okay, so I think that makes sense. So I'll kick it off. I wrote a little intro to everybody, and the transition should be pretty simple. I know when I hand it off, I'll just say, and now I'll be handing it off to. Do you want me to say Umair?
Yeah, Umar.
Umair, and with Wigzo Technologies, and then I will. Brent, are you going to be handing it over to him so he can take control of the screen? Is that what we decided? Or is he taking access? I don't know if we decided that exactly.
So I think anybody whose turn it is to present can you can request remote control. So
Yeah.
that's,
Okay,
yeah,
Yeah.
that
so
might
that's the
be.
easiest way. Okay.
and
All right.
when I finish, I think there are just 2 slides. If Brent wants, he can he can anyways he'll be the host, so he can anyways take the access. But if he wants me to carry forward the slides, I'm okay to do that as well.
Yeah, it might be easier if you just do the 2 clicks for me and I can just talk.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do the 2 clicks. Yeah.
All right, that seems pretty straightforward.
All right, so we'll log in half an hour earlier tomorrow, and then take it from there.
Okay, good.
Sounds good, everybody. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank
Thanks.
you.
Hey, thanks everyone. Good night.
Okay. Talk to you guys soon.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Night.